Hi there, Kapok. It's good to see you today. Welcome to another episode of yoga. Bienvenidos. Vamos a hacer un poquito de yoga. Today I am thinking about mountains. Estoy pensando de montañas. And I am thinking about how mountains are so steady. They're really steady and stable, really strong. They stay the same. Even when things around them are changing, even when there's lots of rain or lots of wind or rivers pouring down, mountains are so steady. They stay the same. And mountains do change. Mountains grow and mountains slowly shrink down, but it takes a long, long time. They're moving so slowly. So I'm thinking today about how in my life, even when it feels like lots of things are going on around me, things are changing really fast, maybe something stressful, maybe something scary, maybe something makes me happy or sad. I'm thinking about how can I be a little bit like a mountain and stay really strong and stay stable and stay steady, stay peaceful, even when everything around me is changing and moving really fast. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Come to a comfortable sitting position. You can put your hands down on your knees or in your lap and close your eyes. Today we're gonna focus on the breath and slowing down our breath. So take a deep breath in and hold your breath at the top. And then breathe out and hold your breath at the bottom. Then breathe in, hold it at the top. Breathe out and keep your chest empty at the bottom. Breathe in, hold it at the top. And let's see if we can breathe out really slow. Hold it at the bottom. Breathe in. And see if you can breathe out really slow. You can go at your own pace. See if you can stretch the breathe in a little longer. And then breathe out a little slower. Breathe in as slow as you can go. See if you can slow it down even more. One more round of breath. And when you're ready, slow as a mountain, open up your eyes. We're going to start off today in tabletop position, and I'll show you what that looks like. So we start off in a tabletop. Take a deep breath in to lift up your chest and drop your belly down. Take a deep breath out to curve like a mountain. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Come back to normal and reach your right arm up tall and then bring that arm underneath your body so that your shoulder comes to the ground and stretch your opposite hand forward. Taking a twist. Take a few deep breaths. Bring your hand back. Reach your right arm up to the sky. And bring your right hand back down to the ground. We're going to do the opposite side. Reach your left arm up to the sky. Thread your left hand underneath so your shoulder comes to the ground. And stretch your right arm out towards the front of your space. Take a few deep breaths here. And then bring your hand back under your shoulder. Reach the left arm up tall. And bring it back down to the ground. Now we're going to do the legs. Reach your right leg back behind you as far as it will go. Reach it up a little bit higher. And then bring your right foot over the opposite way so it crosses over. Look over your left shoulder so you're curving your spine like a C shape. You're trying to look at your foot. Lift it up and bring it back out behind you and put your knee down. Now take your left leg, reach it up behind you, stretch a little taller, and then cross your left foot over your right, and then look over your right shoulder. So you're curving around like a banana shape. And bring that foot back behind you and back down to the ground. Put your hands a couple of inches forward. Tuck your toes underneath and then push up to make downward dog. This is kind of a mountainy shape, I have to say. It looks a little bit like a mountain. You can pedal your feet out, bend one knee at a time. Just stretch yourself out, wake yourself up. You can bend your chest or bend your elbows so that you're waking up the front of your body too, in whatever way feels good for you today. Find some stillness in this position. Bend your knees a little bit so you can reach your butt a little taller, and then slowly try to straighten out your knees. Take your right leg and reach it up tall towards the sky. Step your right foot in between your hands, and we're going to open up into Warrior Two. So your body is facing the side. You're looking out over your fingertips. Your toes are pointing towards the camera, and there's a bend in your front knee. Beautiful. Here, make yourself feel really strong and stable like a mountain. Feel yourself grounding down through your feet, sending energy out your hands. Flip your front hand, reach forward and then back to take a side bend, and then come back to Warrior Two. Straighten out your front leg. So now both of your legs are straight. And we're going to hinge here at the hips. So reach forward as far forward as you can while keeping your body straight. And then gently set your right hand down on your leg and reach your left arm up towards the sky. And if you want to, you can look up at your left hand, wiggle those fingers up towards the sky. Beautiful. We'll come back up into Warrior Two. And then bring your hands down to frame your front foot. Step your right foot back to meet the left. And you're in Downward Dog again. Just like a mountain, we're pushing down through the fingers. We're pushing down through the feet. We're finding a strong body in the front of our bodies, strong body in the legs. Breathe in to reach your opposite leg, your left leg up tall, and step the left foot in between your hands. We're going to open up into Warrior Two, facing the opposite direction. Your front leg is bent. You're looking over those left fingertips. Your legs are strong. You're pushing down through your toes. Flip your left hand, lean forward, and then back. Come back up to Warrior Two. Straighten out your front leg so that both of your legs are straight. Keep your body straight and lean forward. Then gently place your hand down and twist open towards the sky. Take a few deep breaths here. Then you'll use your right hand to pull yourself back up. Bend your left knee and bring your hands back down to the ground on either side of your foot. Step your left foot back to meet your right, and you're in Downward Dog again. As slowly as you can, just like a mountain moves, so slowly. Walk your feet forward towards your hands. As slowly as you can, as many steps as you can. Mountains are always growing. and they're eroding, they're shrinking and washing away. But it happens so slowly. It doesn't even happen in an entire human lifetime. It might only change a few inches. So slowly, your feet come to the front of the mat. Lift up your chest halfway so that your back is flat. Curve your body down, bend your knees, and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time, as slowly, 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 slowly as you can. When you get up to the top, lift up your arms, lift up your chest, lift up your eyes. And then we're going to hinge. We're going to keep our back straight and fold over till you hang down. Bend your knees, curve your back and roll up one more time. Push down through all your toes, keep your body strong. Lift up your chest and then fold, falling down with your chest. One more time, roll up, bend your knees, almost like you're a fern, like you're a piece of grass unfolding. Lift up your arms. Now this time we're going to do it differently. We're going to curve the body down, so lead with the hands and curve yourself down like a hook until you get all the way down to the bottom. Now bend your knees and keep your back straight as you lift yourself up. Curve the body down. And then bend your knees and lift yourself up with a straight back. Nice job. Bring your hands down to your sides. Beautiful. We're going to experiment a little bit with our balance now. Again, we're going to really focus on rooting ourselves down through the feet. So you can take a moment here to kind of play with what it feels like. How can you push down through your toes? How can you push down through your heels so you're feeling really grounded? When you're doing that, we'll slowly shift our weight over onto your right foot and lift the left foot up off of the ground. We're going to take a position called tree pose. So the left foot can come onto your thigh, or it can come onto the shin. You're going to let your left knee open up to the side. Your hands can be on your hips, or they can be out to the side, or they can reach up tall. You can make a mountain shape with your hands. Whatever makes you feel the most steady. You can take a few breaths here. If you'd like to make it even harder, and you don't have to do this, if you'd like to make it harder, you can take your left toes with your left hand and stretch that leg out to the side. You might use your other hand for balance. And when you're ready, bring that foot back down to the ground. Nice job. Let's ground down through the feet again. We're pushing with all our toes. We're really feeling our energy rooted. Shift your weight over onto the left side. Let the right leg float up. You can place that foot on the thigh or on the shin and make some stable hands, some stable arms for yourself. While you're letting the right knee open up to the side, you can do whatever with your hands makes you feel really steady, like a mountain. If you would like to make this a little more challenging for yourself, you can take your right toes with your right fingers and stretch that foot out to the side. Keep your back really tall. Keep your standing leg really steady. And then slowly, wherever you are, bring your foot down to the ground. Awesome. Awesome job. All right. I'm going to move to our floor work. We're going to stretch out our back a little bit before we start stretching out our legs. So I want you to come back one more time to tabletop position. You can tell why we call it tabletop. Your shoulders are right over your wrists. Your hips are right over your knees, just like a table. This is puppy dog. It's a stretch for the middle of our back. I want you to keep your hips right where they are, keep your butt right where it is. Without moving the back of your body, stretch your arms forward so that you're lowering your elbows down to the ground. Maybe you're lowering your chest down to the ground. Maybe your chin touches the ground. Maybe it does, or maybe it doesn't. Wherever you are, you want to be stretching your hips back behind you and sinking your chest as low as feels comfortable for you. Take a few deep breaths here. Press down through your fingertips. Press down through the tops of your feet so you're really stable and steady, just like a mountain. Slowly lift yourself up, and we're going to come into child's pose. Sink your hips back onto your heels and stretch your arms forward. Put your forehead on the ground. And relax here for a minute. Breathe in to come back up. We're going to take downward dog again. Tuck your toes. And breathe out to send your hips up tall. Take our last version of downward dog today, so you can take whatever motions feel good for you here to stretch it out. You're feeling really stable and really steady, really strong like a mountain. Come forward onto your knees, and we're gonna sit down on the ground. We'll take a few stretches to the side, so reach out your right leg. We've done this one before. It's a side bend, like a banana shape. Stretch your toes up tall, plant your hand down. Breathe in to reach up your left hand, and stretch over to the side. One more breath here. See if you can stretch out that breath so that the breathing out is as slow as you can. The breathing in is as slow as it can be. Switch your legs. Bring those toes pointing towards the sky. Plant your hand down. Breathe in and breathe out as slow as you can go. Stretch out that breath and breathe out slowly. Breathe in when you're ready to come back up. Nice. We're going to stretch the outside of our hips or the outside of our butt. So take one knee and point it up towards the sky. Cross the opposite ankle over. You're going to let the knee open out to the side. The toes flex back. You can lean back to lift up your chest. If you want to make this more intense, you can scooch yourself a little bit closer, and you can bring your chest closer to your leg. If you want to make it less intense, scooch back and lean back so that you can lift up your chest towards the ceiling. And see if you can slow down your breath here as well. That mountain breath. Slowly release. Switch your legs. Let your knee open up. Let your toes point towards the sky. Lean back. And slow down your breath. Slowly release. You can bring both of your feet together so your knees open up to the side. Lean back to stretch up tall. Breathe out to lean a little bit forward. Slow down your breath. Come back up to a normal spine, a normal back. Your knees together. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Toes point up. Lean back to lift up your chest. If you want to make this a little bit stronger, you can lean forward. Just like before, my back is really straight. If you're curving down, then you're too far. You need to lean back so you can lift your chest forward, and you're pressing your belly down towards your thighs. So lift your chest up really tall. Come back to normal. Lie down on your back. We're going to take a twist for the body to release some of what we've just done. Stretch your left leg out in front of you and hug your right knee in towards your body. Take your opposite hand on the outside and then stretch out with your right hand so you're looking to the right. Oh, and then twist your knee over to the opposite side. So it's like you're twisting around, like you're wringing out a clock. And come back up. We'll switch. The right leg goes straight. The left knee hugs in. Swap the hands. Reach your arm out towards the left side and look to the left while you drop your knee over towards the right side. Stretch out your breathing. Come back up to normal. Hug both of your knees in towards your chest. A deep breath in. And a deep breath out to relax down. Let your shoulders relax. Let your arms relax. Let your hips relax. Let your knees and your feet relax. Close your eyes. And let your whole body lie down really, really still. Close your eyes and lie down so still on the ground. Breathe in slowly, hold your breath at the top, and breathe out slowly. Hold your breath at the bottom. Breathe in slowly. Hold it at the top. Breathe out as slowly as you can. Stretch it out even farther. You can breathe however is comfortable for you, slow and steady. While your eyes are closed, I invite you to imagine that you are a mountain. Te invito a imaginar que tú eres una montaña. Que eres fuerte, tienes estabilidad. You're strong and stable. So many things are happening all around you. Muchas cosas pasan por todos lados. Quizás viene la lluvia. Maybe it rains, but you stay really steady. Maybe it's sunny. Quizás un día hace sol. Pero tú te quedas el mismo. Quizás un día el viento viene muy fuerte, pero la montaña se queda el mismo. Maybe the wind blows so hard. Little bits of sand and dust are flying all around you, but the mountain stays steady. Maybe you imagine a river is flowing down one side of you. Grasses and plants are growing on the side of you. Maybe animals are walking, tiny, tiny, tiny animals are walking pitter-patter all over you. But the mountain feels it, but the mountain doesn't change. Se queda el mismo. Las patas de los animales van por todos lados. Poquitos de plantas, pequeñas, pequeñas plantas. Pero la montaña se queda muy stable. el mismo. Spring comes, and summer comes, and fall, and winter comes, spring comes again. All of the weather is changing. The plants are changing, the temperature is changing, the animals are changing. And the mountain, if the mountain is changing, it's changing so slowly. Stretch out your breathing a little bit farther. And when you're ready, if you're ready, you can slowly begin to wiggle your fingers. Maybe you're ready to slowly wiggle your toes. If you want to, you can open up your eyes, stretch your arms above your head, stretch your feet out, and roll over onto one side. So you can slowly, like a growing mountain, come to sit up in your space. You can bring your hands to your lap and open up your eyes. Kapok, thank you for practicing with me today. I hope that you remember that anytime, if you feel like the world around you is changing really fast, moving really fast, maybe it feels like there's lots going on, happy things or stressful things, you can always find a comfortable place to sit, close your eyes, stretch out your breathing, and that will help you remember that you can also be steady and stable and strong like a mountain. Even when things are affecting us and changing us from outside, we can still keep ourselves really steady and really stable on the inside. Thanks for playing with me today, and I'll see you again on Friday. Bye.